All right, welcome back, YouTube. So today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming catalyst for Dogecoin as far as for us closing out the year and whether or not we're going to get that bounce and what direction we're going to be heading. I'm going to do some technical analysis and also do some charting here so that we can get an idea as far as for where we are. Because technically there's about three options that can happen right now, but we're going to talk about that in today's video. So overall, I want to start with the fact that we are looking good as far as for our resistance levels and the time frames that we focus on. Because technically, when you see a lot of people do technical analysis, I take this into account. I haven't spoken on it before, but I take this into account because technically speaking, when you see people say that, oh, the more times the resistance line is tested, the stronger it becomes. Well, that's not necessarily true. It depends as far as for on the timeline of the time frame that it is tested on. Like if it's within a short period of time, it's very possible for that resistance level or that floor to actually become weaker just because of the frequency that is there. And it may not have enough time for new buyers to replenish their orders or to raise capital to invest again if they believe that that is a great buying price. I don't believe that's the case with Dogecoin because if you see here, we come down and we test this range around roughly around every 2 months. So we were here last pretty much like around July, and then we get that bounce. Then we come back, and what was this like October? And then we get that bounce back up, and then now we're back here again in December. So this is the third time that we're going to test this support level. Now we're around 20 cents now. We've seen some dips down to around 16. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hoping for that, but this is aligning with what I wanted personally for the end of this year because I wanted us to come up and test that 30-cent range before 2022. That was what I was hoping for. Technically speaking, normally it takes a little longer based off of the movement we've seen here, but personally for me, I would like for us to come test that level. But again, if we get another bounce, that'll be great as well. But as far as for the support lines and the whether or not Doge is broken formation, it has not. And I leave it on the alls just so you can get a better visual because if you're looking here, you'll see that we went down, we dipped below to around the 19 cents level, and then we bounced up. So, which is technically happens like historically, but this is only here for around like a minute. Again, as far as for myself personally, I like anything below 20 cents, but you have to be pretty much on it because it happens really fast. On the all chart overall, everything is looking good. But I wanted to, the reason I say that this is the moment of truth, and that's the word, the title that I gave the video, is because we're testing this support level for the third time. So technically speaking, we can go three different directions, right? Up, down, or sideways from here. Historically speaking, we get a rally when we come down to this range. And once we're testing this for the third time, so we're pretty much, I'm not saying it's like a wedge, but I know it's easier to show it on a chart if you do like a wedge and have the support level, see if it's going to break. But see, the thing here is if we have the resistance level that we know historically that it will go to, or the range, historically speaking, when we get the rally from this point, which is going to be technically like around the 30 range. I believe the high is around like 33, 32 cents. So we know that historically from this point right now, we're supposed to get a rally to that point. But what happens if we break through this floor? Like if we have this correction or some negative catalyst that comes out, because technically I know that's what we're going to see right now anyway, because they do this historically. You'll see like as of right now, we're overdue for a top 5 reasons to sell your Dogecoin, right? So if we break through this support, when you have a gap up, you usually have a gap down in that range. Now, with Dogecoin, yes, of course, at some point you'll say, okay, retail or institutions will come in and say, okay, well, I believe that it's undervalued at this point, and you can get some resistance here. But looking by simple charting, the resistance level, if you break through this point here, like around the 16, 17 cents mark, the next resistance level is around 6 cents. But historically, that range that the corrections happen in the crypto, especially like the top 10, even on the extreme side, would put Doge at around like 12 to 14 cents. But that's if we break this support line, which we have not. And this is the third time that we're coming to test this. And historically, we get that bounce here. So I want to zoom in here. Let's see if I can get the correct angle. Now, the reason I said that we can go up, down, or sideways is technically speaking, those are the only three directions that you can go. But if you remember from one of my older videos, I say that we have the chart repeating itself and we have a mirror here. So if we look, you'll see that we have these three bounces. Well, that one, that little period sideways, that next leg up, the next leg up, we come down softly and then we go sideways for a few months and then we repeat the cycle. So here we have, again, this is the second part of the mirror. We have that up, the second leg, the third leg, we come down softly and we have that sideways period. So technically speaking, when we have that third leg, when we come down and we have that sideways period, we're pretty much in that sideways period now. We have not broken formation. Now, again, I do believe that the cycle could be changing because of the amount of, the amount of retailers that are in the market now. I don't have enough data to adjust the numbers just yet, but I do believe historically that the ranges that we have are changing just because of the amount of new money that we're in. Because again, this year we experienced the shortest bear market in history, but primarily it was cut short because of the new money. So I do believe that these factors and these ranges are condensing some, but overall, I believe that they are the same, and we don't have any evidence right now to change them. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is historically, when we come down off of the our third attempt off of breaking through the ceiling, we'll trend sideways, and historically we'll do that for about 2 months. And this aligns with roughly where we are now because we're coming down. This is around August. We came down. We started our sideways trend, and we are in December. And that puts us in alignment with what happened at the pretty much the first quarter of last year. And B, based off of timing, we're coming into that time frame right again, and we are already at the bottom of that the support levels that we, as far as for the range on the all chart here, we're here again. So this is literally lining and setting itself up pretty much identical to what happened last year. Now, last year we had the TikTok videos, we had Elon, we had the community overall expanding, we had FOMO. There was a lot of different reasons why Dogecoin ran the way it did. So the catalyst for 2022 are obviously going to be different, but the as far as for the charts, it's saying that we're at least going to go up and test that 31 and 33 cents line again. And again, that's where we're going to have our next breakout once we're able to break through there. So the reason I say that this is the moment of truth is because if we break through our floor here, we're going to have a fall at the very least, deep into the teens. And if we go up and we break through our 33 cents window here, that's when we're able to experience that next gap up, possibly into like the 50 range. So this is what I believe is the moment of truth, and this is ideally is what I'm hoping for. Because either way, if I don't believe that historically we're going to get up to that 33 cents range now without a major catalyst, because I did want us to come up and test it again before the end of this year. But based off of this, we're at least testing the historic floor here of around 19 to 21 cents. We have support around the 25 cents levels, but once we get below like that 19 cents range, a lot of investors feel that it's undervalued at that point. So that's typically we get a rally and we get one very quickly. So as far as for the next breakout, we are really close. And that's why I say this is the moment of truth. And we're really close to either direction. Historically, what we want is either it going up or it going sideways. I'm fine with either of those two. But we're going to be paying close attention to this over the next few weeks before we wrap out the year. And we'll get a decision by the community and the investors as far as which direction that we're going to be headed. And just a reminder, if you're new watching my channel, the fear runs the market, the media controls the market in the short term. Facts and the stability of the business, how well the companies ran, that controls the long term. A negative article can swing a market in the blink of an eye. So if we start seeing some crazy things or they start putting out some numbers that's going on with this variant, you can best believe that's going to have an effect not only in the stock market, but also in the crypto market as well. So fear will certainly affect these numbers. So that's why we're going to have to track this in real time. But as of right now, we're in good shape. We are hanging in there as far as for our ranges. and we are due for a breakout in either direction here. So we're really at that cross point right now. I hope you found value in this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you did find anything of value in this video, please consider liking the video. It helps you to push it out to more people so that they can see the channel and hopefully benefit from it as well. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. You can always change your mind later, but we'd love to have you be a part of the family. And lastly, if you're looking for somewhere to store your crypto in the meantime while you make your decision for your next investment, I do recommend BlockFi. You pretty much, they're stored in a cold wallet if you're worried about protection, and you can also get paid interest in like your crypto of choice. They have several that you can pick from, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as of right now, when you open an account, you can get a bonus of up to $250. I'll have a link in the description for you as well. I appreciate all of you. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you. And until next time.